So I think I want to put some of our earlier conversations connected with this. I think if, for instance, there's a lot of conversations up in Silicon Valley about the fact of what happened with Facebook and what happened with a lot of these different things. But what they're doing is they're sitting in a room with, that's the person that knows everything in the front. We all are facing this direction. And I don't believe change happens in that way. I believe everything's inspired from nature, and sometimes people have to get out in nature and connect with the earth to be able to be making these on a consistent basis. And I believe when we come back to these tools, then our power will match with the power of these tools.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, the tools will only match its surroundings. The surroundings will eventually take over and drive it towards where it's meant to be.
for sure.
It's just part of the way.
So if I was coaching somebody that was a leader up in Silicon Valley, I would teach him to be a leader that was okay with people disliking him, so he can make the tough decisions. And there's a balance of being, not having everybody hating you and thriving on it and getting dopamine to an extreme level, but being able to be effective. Make that be the measure, instead of people liking you or being popular, but
Yeah,
being in a place that you're monitoring how you're doing by how effective you are.
exactly. I totally agree with that. I mean, yeah, people disagreeing with you doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's just another obstacle. And as long as you're in line with your own truth and the truth of the universe, then it's going to happen no matter how many people disagree with you.
For sure. How do you measure from moment to moment or on a consistent basis what the truth of the universe is? It's a really fucking deep question.
I think I try to ask myself that every day. um, I think for me, lately, it's been just setting an intention before I go to bed and when I wake up, and seeing if those intentions are still aligned, and really taking a step back and observing the events of the day, um, and intentions for the following day. And lately, I've been doing it for the last 2 months, um, and things have just been bang, 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 right on cue. Everything that I've dreamt between those times has been coming true, and it's been happening faster than I could ever imagine.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. And what happened that caused you to move towards knowing the importance? Because a lot of times we are doing something and then all of a sudden we forget and then we stop doing it, or things get too good and then we start to tap into our ego. I think this happens to everybody.
Yeah, our shadows creep up on us
say it
all the
again.
time. Our shadows creep up on us all the time.
For sure. So what happened that all of a sudden put you, awakened you to, now's the time to be able to do this?
I was in a really toxic relationship for a year and a half. Um, and the experience through that, so it's a mixed feelings. And in the last 2 months, I feel really blessed that I was part of it, because I wouldn't have understood myself as much as I do now. And now I knew exactly, as soon as I was done, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what I needed, and I knew exactly how to get to achieving all my goals.
For sure. Sure. I think it's so important that let's call it adversity that happens to us, and it can be a small thing or a big thing that awakens us. And I don't like adversity, but I embrace it because I see that that darkness, for lack of a better word, always is the best thing to point me to light.
That can't have light without
For
dark.
sure.
So,
And it can be a butterfly just flying past you, or it can be like losing one of your friends.
exactly.
And it just has to be the willingness of you to I was going to say manage your resistance, but to be able to lean into your resistance. And no, sometimes your resistance is to the universe saying, stop right here, don't push forward. And sometimes your resistance is, I got to break through this wall.
Yeah. And there were a lot of walls all at the same time for me. So it was the breakup and my friend passing away, my Hanai dad. Hanai means like adopted father. So he passed away. It was like the year anniversary of my friend committing suicide. I was thinking that I was about to lose my job. Felt like it was somewhat self-sabotage. However, I don't know. The ego crept up in there, right?
Sure.
And then I was just like, hey, like, just get through this. You've been through worse. You've been through so much. And just like, I'm grateful that I'm not suicidal at this point. Right? I've been there many times.
Yeah, for sure.
And I got through it, and things just kept popping up. I said, I'm going to start setting intentions, and got this amazing job offer. I went to doubling my salary, and then I got that offer a day, 3 days before my dad's 70th birthday, and he had drove down from Northern California in his trailer, with his trailer, to visit the rest of my family in San Diego. So I flew over there and surprised him. Hung out with my best friends from high school. Met you in the Uber ride.
Yeah.
And had like the best vacation before starting my job yesterday.
Congratulations.
And all these business opportunities started happening in the past.
So right now, I want to just pause with no intentions of where we're going for 30 seconds. I want to pause for 30 seconds and just celebrate all the success that you had, the people that are watching this in the past, present, and future, just to be able to celebrate and pause like what you've been through and what you've accomplished and where it's leading you to for me, you, and everybody that's watching this. So we're just going to pause for 30 seconds. And people that are in the audience, I want you to think about what that brought up for you, what feeling you connected with that. And then I want Jordan to actually think about what that brought up for you, if you want to share anything.
Felt at peace, really. And knowing that all the friends that we lost along the way are living within me, and taking up their torch, because everything that they hoped and dreamed still lives in me, and I'd like to make that a reality for them.
For sure.